Hello everyone, it's Ginger here and welcome back to another video, and we are still continuing with our lovely pumpkin sketches from our live streams, and we're working on a little bit more of a simplified one, which is this one here, more of a kind of cottagecore style vibe with this, I don't know, tea towel, tablecloth, I don't know. So first thing I want to do, bear in mind again, we've got our square piece of paper, rectangular composition, so we want to work out kind of where I want, so kind of along that line there to be square, almost like that really. There. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You can see how bobbled the paper is. Remember what I said? You can see it in all the other videos, how it ends up flattening out over time. Right, let us start with, I want to start with the background first, because it's such a gorgeous colour. It's a blue-green and it's really pretty. So we're gonna, do I want that one? Or do I want a blue, really blue-green? No. Oh, hang on, is that it there? That's it there, right. Couldn't find it for a minute, I found it now. Let's clean it off. Yeah, that's what we want. It just, for some reason, it really offsets the colours. Especially against, because it's obviously a contrast colour against orange, so try not to layer too much down, but I do want this to be a fairly nice block of colour, so we'll go over it later. Like that. Perfect. Right, I'm going to pop that to one side. Let me pop that in there for a minute. Pumpkin. What have we got? I've got so many different colours floating around at the moment that I don't really want. That's too peachy. Although it'll be a nice colour for later. Is this the orange? This is an orange. Yeah, that's an orange. I think what I'm going to do is put that there. That's a really good colour. Start with our darker red orange, I think, to start with. And this one then has some shading here. Also, I've just got this little bit of this colour up here. We're just gonna pop that in. And pop that there, same there. Like that. Yeah. And then what have we got? This is our red. Yeah, this is our red orange. It's our next colour. This is where it starts kind of shaping itself into the segments. So we'll do that. Like that. Going up there. And it comes down. There we go. We want to curve that one. And that goes another point that way. And then just a little bit, just a little bit here. And then at the top here, we've got this bit that sticks out. Like that. With a curve there, bit that sticks out there. And around. I'm keeping this very blocky, just because I really want it. I just want to keep it loose and fun. And then, yeah. Okay. And on this one, there isn't as much of this colour here, so there's a bit of it up here, right at the top, and a truck. Honestly, it does make these things hard, doesn't it? Yeah, that's better. Right, okay. We've got this brown orange. I want to get a little bit of this in. Some of this in here. It's kind of following this shape here around. And down to here. And up this one. It's also a nice colour for this part of this stalk, so we'll put that in. Is there any of this on this one? A little bit of this in this one, so we'll just, and a little bit on this side here. No, it's too brown. Oh, actually, it might be brown enough for this. Like that. Okay. I'm going to use some of my dark brown. Get in this stalk. I have no idea where I'm going with that one. And then over here, and up. Also want to get a little bit of this in where this shadow is. So just lightly over the top of that one. And then darken it right into this corner. And then just bring it down slightly. Same in this corner here. And then around here. Shadow to there, and then a little bit on this pot, but not much. And then there's another little shadow being cast from that as well. And there's dirt in this pot that we need to put in, like that. Right, what colour am I doing this cloth? I've got so many different colours I could do this cloth, but I think I'm going to stick with a kind of neutral yellow, warm yellow colour. And just make sure I go over the brown sections. Like that. Brown Mr. Pumpkin there. Be careful not to pick up too much of the brown and move it around, because at the end of the day, it's shadows, so I need it where it is, but not on this side. I've just realised I've missed a shadow. Dear oh dear, what am I like? I missed the shadow on the other pumpkin. Let's just grab the brown. We'll get this shadow in before we put the yellow in. Yeah, like that. There it is. It's like I put the yellow down, couldn't find it. Let's like that. And we want a nice orange for this band colour on this cloth. So we're gonna do this one. So it's a bit more orange than the red that we had out earlier. So I'm just adding a little bits of that to this red, specifically around the top sections of it. So we can ensure we've got that beautiful orange colour. And the same here. And the same there. Right into that corner there. Okay. I want a slightly darker green for parts of this plant. I can put some lighter green highlights on it afterwards. There's our plant. I've got a lighter brown here. Well, it's not a lighter brown, but it is for against that dark brown. This will be for this plant pot. Do I want this on there, up there? I do actually want a little bit on that stalk there, coming down. Now I've got our really, really bright orange. There's a lot more yellow on this than there is orange. Trying to keep it in the direction that each segments are going. And then lightly over this area. And that's that one. And then on this one, just going to put it lightly down and then just strengthen the middle section. That's where I've got a nice block of orange. Where are we going? Warm yellow. We've got this beautiful warm yellow coming in here. Right, and then there's yellow here. And just a little bit that kind of create the line, segment lines between each segment. It's a little bit lighter with yellow. And now brown. And then this is definitely more yellow here. And here. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? No. There we go. Makes a bit more sense. Just not very good at keeping my browns, am I? This is a more neutral grey brown. It's a really great colour for this sort of thing. I can mix it easily. It's a pretty soft colour, so. That's up there. I need to add some more of the darker brown in. This kind of comes down. That comes down that way. That does come up though. And I've got a point there. So that's a segment there. I can remember where each one was. That's a segment there. And I've got another segment there, and then another one there. I'd wondered. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, now it does. And that's our candle. We're going to use our nice peach colour to get this candle wax in. And the start of the flame. And also some of this paler colour that's on the stalk here. and then there's a little white bit right at the top on the stalk there. And there's some little patches, a lighter colour here and here on this one that we're just going to eke in, and then there is a lighter section here and the same here. That's the red. I'm going to come back in with this red and just touch up some of these areas. Especially up here. And along there. I just want a slightly lighter yellow to come in here. At the moment it's a little too much, so we'll just bring some of this in. It will just help lighten some of that. And just give us some lines. And now I'll get that darker colour back in. Do it down there, here. And get yellow and violet gesso all over my fingers somehow. And I'll just darken this bit here. Darken this pot. Just want to make sure I reshape that slightly. And the same here. And the same there. And then we've got the shadow here that we're contending with. And obviously the shadow from that. And then I've got a more blue yellow, of which I then break. I just want to get that in to that flame there. Before I get this beautiful blue white in. Like that. Perfecto, right. Now I need to find that green. What did I do with it? Give me green. Because I want to get this sorted, and I also want to get these lines in, so we're just going to follow these lines. Like that, and then we've got a checkerboard line, which we're now going to bring down a little bit, and the other one, which will be there. Oh yeah, just re-go over this. haven't put any highlights on that plant either, completely forgot, so I need to do that as well. And of course down here. I'm just going to blend a little bit of that in, just because I want that background a little bit smoother than it is, just because it's such a beautiful colour. And it's such a gorgeous contrast to this pumpkin. Okay, there's the green. I need to lighten the plant pot now. There's going to be more light on this side. Same with the plant. Bit up here, I'll just lighten that slightly, and the same with candle. I want to put some, just a little bit more of that there, and then lighter green. This one will do, just to give us some lighter sections to this plant. Like that. That's the plant. And maybe smooth out some of this brown a bit more. Like that. Really want a bit more of a white in that candle. It's annoying me. I've not really managed quite what I wanted. I am now though. Although that's really quite crumbly. It's a very crumbly pastel, literally, like that. Now, I was going to soften up this orange. Just a little bit of yellow, just to bring it down a little bit more. Yeah, it's a bit better. Right, let's get the tape off and see how it looks. We'll start with the sides. Try to keep the corners down. How's it looking for you guys? Okay? So there's one. Just find the edge of that one. So I've gone over the top. There it is. Oh, what happened there? Don't want that there. Okay. Should we do the bottom one first or the top one? Do the bottom one first this time. Oh, pulled a bit of the paper there, but not much. Alright, I'm going to go the other way in order to try and maintain this corner piece so it doesn't come off. There we go. Right, just the upper one to do. Stay. Just gonna hold that, there we go. And we are done. Wonderful. Right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me for this one and enjoyed the unusual colour palette. I really like the colour palette on this one. It's a pretty cool colour palette. So other than that, hopefully if you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up because that helps with the video stats. Otherwise, I will see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.